you challenged this team privately and also in your comments to the media this week. How do you feel it responded today with this stretch?
Yeah, I think just like anything, we come out of this bye weekend and really the focus, from my perspective, is obviously win the game, these division games, this December football. But we need to improve in some areas, and I think we did that. But obviously, we have work to do, and I think it's just a kind of a product of, everything that all teams go through. You look what Washington's going through with the challenges and the COVID and those types of stuff. So yeah, I was obviously very pleased to come in here and get this division win. But I think more importantly, just to get the the defensive guys back, and I thought we had a really good rotation. The energy and the takeaways really set the tempo. I thought the first half was it was played very well. So we had to giveaways, and and they made the big plays in the second half to get back into it. And but at the end of the day, I think this is a clear reflection of what division games are usually like. So you take a lot of confidence. There's a lot of great experience and things that we'll continue to improve on and learn from this contest today.
What was the problem with the offense in the passing game?
Excuse me?
What was the problem with the offense in the passing game? Inability to get some consistency.
Well, I think you got to look at the whole picture. I think if you look at the way you got to give them some credit. I thought Jack kept a lid on it and kept things in front, so we weren't going to get behind them much today. You could see that early. So and that's part of the things we need to work on. We got to get the the controlled passing game going a little more efficient, and it'll be obviously a focus for us.
Talk about the play Gregory today, just what he did, him and Parsons both, just with the pressure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Randy, set the tempo there with the first takeaway, and just a phenomenal athletic play, and and Mike was just like he is every week, all over the place, making impact off the edge. The pressure, really putting the pressure on the quarterback, and not only do we have the four takeaways, but we got our hands on a lot of balls today too. So I think just like anything, the takeaways are what you're after, but it's your takeaway opportunities were way up today, and we need to continue to work on that because that's part of our identity.
Mike, what happened on the sideline when Lyle got ejected, and can you talk about the balance between wanting your guys to play discipline versus last year when you said your offensive line here needed to be a little more protective?
Well, it's I think LC did exactly what you're supposed to do there. We all understand that the challenge is officiating, but whatever you thought of the play all the way around, but this is a game, obviously very competitive, and I think the fact that that's your quarterback or whoever. So I just think these games are going to be chippy. They're division games, and as you just want to see guys. I thought not only once that it got going, I thought that everybody, both sides, did a good job of just kind of locking everything up and moving on. So, it happens in these type of games.
Mike, do you think it speaks to how far the team has come in this year?
Who's it? Can I move this? It's going to fall.
Do you think it speaks to how far the team has come this season, that winning close games right now seems to be something that's frustrating me, not just losing, but winning not well enough?
Well, I'll tell you what. I can remember 2010. We went up and won a game in New York, and it was a really tight game, or maybe it was 11. But you get into roles, and maybe you win games, 10, 14, 17 points. Not that we're in that stretch here, but I just know that winning close games is so important. Obviously you want to win every game. But the winning the close ones, I think it pays forward a lot for your team, and I think it is reflected in not only how you train your team, because all the clock management, game management situations that has been a major emphasis for us coming out of last year. If you look at the statistics, usually 50% of your games come down to the last series of the game. Not that we wanted to do that today, especially after where we were at halftime, but there's so much value in winning those games because, let's be honest, if you want to be a playoff team. You want to win in the playoffs, and you want to get to your ultimate goal. You're going to have to win those games, and that's what division games and playoff games come down to.
What you saying in this game was more about you're up 24-0, you couldn't close it out. Interceptions like that. Just talk about the frustration of not being able to put it away.
Well, to me, that's your narrative. I think it's the reality of pro football too. They have good players too, and there's plays to be made. I mean, the long touchdown that got them on the board. I mean, Trayvon Diggs is fine as a player with the ball in the air that's in the National Football League. So, I mean, they can make plays too. So, and I think you got to recognize that. Yeah, I clearly understand this isn't fantasy football, never has been, from my perspective. And, yeah, I would have liked the game to have been more, open in the second half. But, at the end of the day, things happen. It's the ultimate team sport. It's 11 on 11. A lot of moving parts. They played with two different quarterbacks. We had some things going on with our running back situation too. So, I mean, that's why it's a great team win.
What was the game plan with Zeke today? Like he missed it, like he's got the ball.
Yeah, that was me being conservative. I saw him take the shot right on the knee. The one in the inline. Off you guys saw, you got underneath and put the helmet onto that, and I probably a little overreacted that. He was fine. He wanted to go back in, so that was more me being cautious.
Can you speak to the defensive transformation? I mean, a year ago at this time, you had the worst defense in franchise history. Now you've got a defense that's leading the league with takeaways and winning games on defense.
Ed, thank you for memory lane. Yes, I tell you, it was definitely a great performance today by our defense. I think just not only all the changes made, but you can see this building. You can see a building coming out of spring and training camp, and it's a great group. I mean, just the love and the tightness and the energy, and and now to have everybody back too is, I mean, it's just great to see Neville not only out there, but just to see the guys in the locker room afterwards. So, and hey, it's gonna we need to continue to build off it, and it was obviously an excellent performance for our defense today.
Follow up, when Zeke responded the way he did to Jack being pushed kind of right there on the out of bounds territory, and then Vial responds well. Do you think that provides a glimpse of anything about this team's fabric at all?
Yeah, I'll be honest. We got to be better there. I mean, you just go back to last year. So the physicality of your football team, the discipline of it all. I mean, you're always trying to get that. Your players and your team to play on the edge and be disciplined enough to be within the rules. That's what this game's about. So, that's part of the growing process there. So, but yeah, I mean, that's no one wants to. No one wants to see another player get hurt. I don't want to see any of their players get hurt, but things happen out there on the edge. Just no different. When the guy's on the sideline, hits on the sideline, and we had a personal foul called on Malik Hooker early in the game. It was right there that I thought it was pretty tight. It's a fade ball, and a safety breaking on the ball. So I mean that's part of the game.
What did you tell your team after this one?
What did I tell them? Oh, just it's a good division win. We play these guys in 2 weeks. I think just like anything is, I think you got to be conscientious of that, just like we were coming into it. And but I was proud of the way they always compete, and I love the adversity that teams go for. See, I get the 24-0 and everything. There's so much value in those moments, because I mean, to get where we want to go. We need to thrive in those situations. Now, we created it today, some of them, but I get that. But there's still a benefit in adversity football.
Speaking specifically of Micah and his impact today, his name's being thrown out there, defensive player of the year now as a rookie. Can you speak to how much you've seen him grow even this year from already a good player early on?
I mean, obviously, very gifted young man, very natural, instinctive football player with excellent, physical gifts and traits. But it's been really fun to watch him grow. It's been fun to watch him, see the importance of coming to work early. Coming in there Tuesday night and meeting with Dan Quinn and George Edwards and Scott and and AD. So, he's really figuring out on all the great players that I've had the privilege to work with. They're also the smartest and most instinctive and aware players, and and he's starting to build a heck of a chapter in the beginning of a great career.
Is this your most significant win to this point since you opened up a 3-game lead in the division with 4 left?
Great question. I don't. There's a lot of football left. I don't. If you think it is, I'll go for it. Yeah.
Mike, with your defense,
Have you had a player who could, talk about Parsons, get sacks on one play and almost make an interception on the deep ball down the middle on another?
Yeah, he's unique. I mean, I think I've talked about this before. When we moved Clay Matthews back, off the line of scrimmage, Clay, had made that impact of, I think it really helps you, when you can move the targeting him. But yeah, I mean, Mike he's as fast as he wants to be out there, and that's obviously a very unique trait.
Is Dak seeing it well right now? Is he pressing? Is he forcing
How would you describe where he is right now?
Well, I think, going back through it, we'll look at it. I don't have an evaluation for you right here. But, I think the fact that, they kept a lid on it coverage-wise, so, I think our controlled passing game, we have to take a look at it and just, clean it up. And, once again, there's a lot of football left to be played, and we'll definitely learn from this.
How
Mike,
much
and
did
your
you miss?
defense isn't just creating takeaways, it's also returning them for an
Mm-hmm.
interception or recovering the fumble after it's forced. What does that say about their ability to take, or to work together and how to use that?
Well, we're an athletic defense, obviously. I mean, we got some guys that can really go after. And there was a huge emphasis coming out of last season. I think, obviously Jerry, Steven, and Will did a great job. But, ball skills on defense needed to improve. And I think, boy, we got a bunch of guys that are seeing it and know how to go get the ball. And obviously scoop and score today was big. And but it's a big part of our personality on defense.
A week away.
Last one for
you.
Coach.
How much did you miss it, being not on the field?
How much I miss? Yeah. Captain Obvious, right? Yeah. No, it was great to be out there. I mean, it's a privilege to be part of this league and part of this game. So yeah, just very thankful that everything worked out with particularly my family. It's great to be back. Thank you.
Guys.